Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're back with another 5 weekly favorites. Our first favorite is actually an Amazon find. My boyfriend purchased this. It's just like a hand vacuum, and I don't know why we never had one before. We don't have any carpeting in our home. We just have, like, I have a rug in my room. You don't even have a rug in your room right now.
I used to. It got too dirty.
And then we have one in the living room. So we vacuum like those rugs, but we just like have wood floors everywhere that we like wipe up. We have a Swiffer. So we just, I guess, never saw a use for it. But we actually purchased one for my boyfriend's mom for Christmas, and she like loved it. So my boyfriend bought the same one, and we've been using it. It's so helpful for how dusty our home gets in Southern California. It gets so dusty because it's so dry here that it's so nice.
I don't know the reason. Is it because of the heat?
I thought it was because it's dry. It creates more dust.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because, like, I don't know.
Maybe the winds? I don't know.
But there's a lot of dust. So dusty here. This is what it looks like. I'm not going to show you the inside because it's a little dirty. We did just clean it. But it's a Black & Decker. You just charge it. You just plug it in. It was charging recently. Yeah. It's super easy to charge. It's really powerful. It can get into, like, any little crevice. It's just so efficient. I feel like if you just see, like, and our dog also loves to eat dust, so we really have to be like aware when there is excess dust and really like vacuum it up.
She's a freak.
So it's kind of just a game changer. It's great for your car. I'm sure you guys have hand vacuums you like, but this one's just really nice. It's only $43. I feel like it's a really good find because it works so well, but it's also super affordable.
Yes. Okay, next up, so obviously we hope you all are staying safe and healthy, and we're trying to take all precautions we can to not get this virus. And we love this hand sanitizer. I know
so
it's like such a random favorite. Our boss gave it to us. It's very chic. It's the Touchland Power Mist Moisturizing Hand Sanitizer. And I read that for coronavirus, you have to use hand sanitizer that is 60% alcohol or over. And this is 67. So this would kill the germs that are causing a virus or bacterial.
I have the scent, what is mine? Vanilla cinnamon?
Oh yeah, it doesn't say it, does it?
Oh no, weird. It was on the outer packaging.
It was, but mine was mint.
That's so weird. It's not on this.
Yeah, that is weird. But they're color coded.
Wait.
Why isn't yours there? Oh yeah. It's a really, the mist is really wide, so you don't have to spray it a ton. I wouldn't say it's super moisturizing because there's a lot of alcohol in it, but it just smells really good hand sanitizer. And it's so cool looking. I love it. It's such a fun brand. It fits in your purse really well.
Okay, another favorite I've been loving this week is the foundation I'm wearing today. It's the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation, the Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. Sorry, it came with like these stickers from Target on it, and I can't get them off. So I just mixed 2 shades because I can't find my perfect shade. I mix Nude Ivory and Buff Bisque. That's what I'm wearing today. So I really liked the original Photo Focus foundation, but it was a bit matte. And so as my skin has aged, I stopped wearing that one. And it had that weird paint thinner smell. Remember that?
Yes.
It smelled like paint thinner, so I just like discontinued use of that. But then I saw people that I follow on YouTube, like Tati and Kathleen, both rave about this Wet n Wild Dewy Photo Focus foundation, and it just sounded like something that was right up my alley, and I prefer it so much to the original. I feel like it isn't really dewy. It's kind of more of like a satin matte finish, I would say. As you wear it throughout the day, it does get more dewy. Obviously, I adjusted my makeup, so it probably looks pretty matte right now. They do have fragrance in here, which is disappointing. But it doesn't smell nearly as bad as the original. I don't mind. I know a lot of people hate this spatula applicator. I actually don't mind it. I feel like it's much more sanitary than like a doe foot, because I feel like the doe foot like catches all bacteria. You know what I mean? Like, this is just a plastic spatula, so I don't care. I just put like a little bit of each shade on my face and then blend it out with my sponge. Super easy. Yeah, I wish that they didn't have fragrance in this, but aside from that, I really love how it wears throughout the day. It's a very thin consistency like the original, so it's super fast to blend out. It just leaves like a very thin layer on your skin, which is why I feel like it looks more natural than a lot of other foundations I have. It's just really, really great drugstore foundation.
Okay, speaking of makeup, I just discovered a new mascara I've been loving. It's the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift, and it is a normal like fiber wand. It's not molded plastic, so I love these type of wands. They're probably my favorite. It's an hourglass shape, which I generally also really like, but this one is really long, which I don't love. I feel like it does make for a bit messier application. As you can see, it's like pretty long, but it's also pretty slim.
But the outcome is just beautiful. I will say if you do 3 coats, it gets very clumpy, but 2 coats, it lengthens your lashes. I'm wearing it right now, so long. It separates my lashes really well. I bought Black is Black. It's very black. And then one of my favorite parts is like, it does get pretty messy when I apply, but I just take a Q-tip and it comes off so seamlessly.
That is
like,
really nice.
It dries really quickly, and then when you just take, you could like use your finger to take it off. Like, it's not like a wet formula that's gonna stay wet and then it gets even messy when you take it off. And it's very long lasting. It's actually hard to get off. I tried to get it off last night and I woke up and I still had some on my eyes. So it doesn't flake, it doesn't come off. And this is the washable kind. So really love this so far. I'll keep you updated, but I have a feeling it's gonna be in our monthly favorites because it's really impressed me so far. I'm a big fan. Okay, and last is a documentary favorite. We had watched the Oscars and this documentary won Best Documentary.
Yeah.
It's called American Factory. You can watch it on Netflix. I'm just going to read the premise from Wikipedia, or from, what is this from? From Netflix. In post-industrial Ohio, a Chinese billionaire opens a new factory in the husk of an abandoned General Motors plant. Early days of hope and optimism give way to setbacks as high-tech China clashes with working-class America. And it was so interesting. So like they said, this Chinese billionaire decides to reopen this abandoned GM plant in, like, not rural Ohio, I guess kind of rural Ohio.
Rural.
Yeah. So that's great because it gives American, like, middle-class workers an opportunity. Yeah, a job.
And I think if they said that a lot of them had worked at the factory before it closed, and then they rehired a lot of those people.
Yeah, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the ratio is 80% like local American workers and 20% Chinese, right? It was like a vast majority
I guess that's
were
true.
American.
Yeah, I think it was.
So basically, but then they did bring some of their team in China over to Ohio. A lot of them like lived together, and it was so crazy to see the difference in how these people live and work.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is generalizing, and you can watch the documentary and see for yourself, but basically, like, the Chinese wanted to work, like, every day of the week. They wanted to just be the most efficient they could be. They seemingly all lived together in, like, a very modest apartment.
Yeah,
they were all
because
working
they
to
were
provide
just-
for their families.
Yeah, they were just they lived and worked away from their family.
Yeah, so it was like a lot of men living together in an apartment, and they were just like grateful to have this opportunity to come to America and work at this plant. Whereas the Americans, also still hard workers. I don't want to like discount their efforts, but they obviously like didn't want to work weekends because that's just not something we really do in America, unless you're like, you own your own business or whatnot. And then just their work styles, like the Americans were generally slower and like less efficient,
And they really appreciated safety. They didn't want to get hurt on the jobs, whereas the Chinese workers were just like, let's get the job done as quickly as possible. Even if someone gets hurt, even if something happens, like they just wanted to be super efficient, and that efficiency was not valued, I feel like, on the American side.
That was the main clash. So then the Americans decided they wanted to start a union, and so like this big protest happened. A lot of employees lost their jobs over wanting to unionize, which is just crazy because the things they were asking for weren't crazy by any means. Like, they just wanted to be safe at work. And so it was just so fascinating to see the differences in these two cultures, especially in like the workforce. And in our jobs, like, we deal a lot with companies in China, and just thinking like that this is how they kind of operate, it like makes you respect them so much.
Definitely.
And they just want to get the work done.
And they did a whole training session when the plant first opened, with the Chinese workers to train them how Americans work, which was really like thoughtful, that they took the time to explain like, this is how Americans are, this is how they're going to work, it's different from how we do things, so that they tried to make an effort to make everyone work more efficient and cohesive, like together, which I thought was really cool that they did that.
Yeah.
But obviously it didn't, I mean, you'll see how it all
Highly
plays out,
recommend though. It was so interesting, such a good documentary. And we're really picky about documentaries. I feel like a lot of them just, I don't know, they lean one way.
We love them though.
Yeah, when we love them, we love them. And this one was so good.
Okay, that's it for this week, and we hope you guys are having a great week and you have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.